Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Big O TV, where being organized feels so good. I'm your host, Aja Makita, the Organista, and I help busy women turn their limited time into their number one tool for having more freedom in their life and biz. So today we have on the show a wonderful, awesome person. Her name is
Oh, I lost you. I think you stopped at introducing me and now I've lost you. Okay. Well, it's just me. I'm taking over, guys. Oh, she's back.
I don't know what happened. I didn't touch
over.
anything. My hand was actually on this piece of paper that I have. I didn't touch anything. I don't know what happened. Yeah, and it just went to a screen that said, please reload. I'm just like, what? I didn't even do anything. See?
What now? I heard you talking about it earlier.
I don't understand. I mean, I understand that they're in beta, but this is not fun. It's not fun. Anyway, so moving on. So today we have with us Tennile. She is Epic Cooper. I had to say that because I like to say she is epic. I like that. So let me tell you a little bit about Tennile. Tennile is the heart of your mission and message copywriter at sheisepic.com. Also known as a copy creative and full-time foodie. Helping women translate their passion into words that attract, sell, and serve. Worked the social service scene, dabbled in corporate communications, and was the social media manager for a $1 million startup. But she went rogue. Well, before she went rogue. Welcome, 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 Tennile. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
Well, thank you so much for being here and putting up with the crazy blab and everything. And I know that you're going to give this audience something epic because that's what you do. I've seen you in action, and let me tell you guys, she is really the real deal. Have you been to her website? Oh, you have to type that in. Sheisepic.com. I've been to her website and I'm just like, ooh, this girl is good with words. I love all the little bedazzled, I call it bedazzling, that you have all on your website. The words itself, I think.
Oh, you taking it way back. Bedazzled.
Those words are bedazzled. Yes, they are. So let's jump right into the questions because I know this is what everyone wants to know about you. What has been the biggest challenge you've encountered in your business and why?
I'd have to say momentum. Starting out, it's really hard. It's a real hard climb when you're starting on a business, and I'm really hard on myself. So I got really depressed at times. You know, I overworked too much just so that I can build the momentum. And I think that is the pinnacle stage. Just like when a baby is born and there's a period of time, like I think it's from the newborn to the age of 5 or something, is like their pinnacle stages. Like that's where I felt I was at, and I needed to build up that momentum so I wouldn't give up on myself, and just putting out content, working on my craft so that eventually it will speak for me in the future, which I feel like it's doing now because all the time that I've spent building that momentum, now that I have the momentum, it pushes me forward. So I think that was like the biggest challenge for me, is building that momentum. And like the second thing I would say is definitely getting my first client. That was like the hardest thing in life. Like, tell me about I almost gave up. It took me 6 months before I actually got my first client. And I thought that was a very long time because what I see online, people get their clients like a month in. Hey, I got my client a month in, or probably like 10 days. They open their business and they got a client the next day. That's at least what you see online.
Right.
True. But it took longer than that for me. And I think it had a lot to do with my mindset and what I was thinking, because I'm I'm leaving corporate, going into the entrepreneur space. There's a shift that happens, or that needs to happen. If you want to make it as an entrepreneur, you really have to shift your mindset from working for someone as an employee to working for yourself, and not making your business everything, but giving yourself space to grow in your business and allowing your business to grow without you. You have to separate yourself.
5 years ago, I think it was, I had a spiritual coaching practice. And I have to say, I totally agree with you. I put my everything into there. It took me about 9 months to get my first client. So I was just like, yay, oh my gosh, I wanted to hold on to her with my nails and my toenails and everything. It's just like, oh my God, thank you. But what I found was that it was good, because like you said, you're seeing the fruits of your labor now. I didn't start seeing the fruits of my labor until like 3 years. I mean, really was digging in. I was actually putting my family before, my business before my family and everything. And I had gotten to the point where I had to just like shift and go back to the basics. And like, no, I can't do this. Yeah. So, because it was, I wouldn't say, I would say that mine was burnout. Like the whole being depressed kind of thing kind of led to just like, I'm burned out, I got to figure something else out, So, and the funny thing about that though, is I never saw failure in there. It's just like, oh, I'll just try something else. Oh, I'll just try something else. Oh, I'll just try something else. Never stopping to think that, oh, I actually failed. Oh, wow. I didn't realize that, but it taught me a lot of lessons though. So yeah, momentum. Tell me what.
Yeah. I found that when I stepped away is when I really started to see things clearly, and my business started to move faster, because I wasn't so focused on it all the time. Like you said, you put your business before your family, and so did I, to the point that it led me to be sick for 3 months. Like I had to be spoon fed. That's how bad, like it debilitated me. Like I was knocked out. And then it was at the pinnacle time of my business. Like I was being recognized, I was being flown places, and the pinnacle time of my business is when my body is like, I'm betraying you right now. Like you need to stop. Yeah. And I lost
everything. That. Your
like,
audio cut out a little bit
after that.
It's kind of going in
and out. No, I was just saying that. Yeah, I was just saying that when my body broke down and betrayed me, everything just stopped after that, because everything that was happening for me, I couldn't keep up with it, and the opportunities left.
Yeah.
So it was a hard lesson. I would have to say
that might have been my issue too, with when I got what I call, the whole burnout thing, is that I wasn't even really answering my emails and stuff like that. I kind of just shut down, just like, I can't do this right now. So I'll pick back up on next Friday. And then it turned into that next Friday turned into like a month or so. But I did like a little bit in between, but not what I should have been doing. Not at all. So what did you do to overcome that obstacle?
It was a lot of self-reflection. I had to really step away. I had to recenter myself. I had to listen to God. Like not to say I wasn't listening to him before, but he was on the line. I just had him on mute. And I was just doing my own thing. I said, I got this, God. I got this. But God's like, no, I got you. And once you remember that, you'll come back. And that I did. I found my salvation, came back to him. And once I did, things really started to open up, because I was listening to his guidance instead of my own, because it was leading me to burnout, exhaustion, and whatever. And it's really and truly just having that mindset that you will overcome certain things. You will get the hang of certain things. This is just right now. And sooner or later, the things that are hard for you will be second nature to you. And so like, even in my day-to-day things that I thought were so hard for me, like maintaining a consistent blogging routine, that was hard for me in the beginning. And now I can pump out things like nothing for myself. Like it was really it's really easy to do for other people, because I'm held accountable, responsible, money's on the line type of deal. But for yourself, you need a little bit more motivation.
Uh-oh.
But now myself first.
You're cutting out.
Jeez. Oh no. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. It's like, and your screen is a little bit like fuzzy a little bit. I don't know what happened.
Oh no, I can see you guys fine. I can see myself
I can see
fine.
you now. It's just like a little bit, like just a little bit of fuzz,
Okay.
and then the audio is really cutting out.
Oh no, let me like put this close or something. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. I don't even know where I'm at.
Chris was saying
Oh,
that she's sorry that you experienced your body betrayal and everything, but I bet it gave you some great content. Is that what happened?
Oh yeah, it definitely gave me great content. Maybe not in the sense of writing it, but gave me more fuel, more drive to do the things that I wanted to do, because I don't think I was really at a place to write about all the things I was doing. I still needed to make sense of it in my own head. And still to this day, I still need to make sense of certain things. But I feel as I'm growing in my writing and sharing my own story, because my story is always evolving, who I was last year and 2 years and 5 years, it's a different story for me. And even a couple months ago, and it was pretty fatal.
I'm losing you a little.
And
Chris says maybe you can refresh your screen.
Oh man. Okay, let me do that.
Okay. Thank you, Chris. I'm so in love with you. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. How's your day going? That's wonderful. I actually moved my blab down to my office. It was in my bedroom, in a little corner in my bedroom, and it was really very nice because I actually used to have the TV on while I was doing my blabs, but I had the volume down, so I like to watch The Big Bang Theory and all that kind of stuff. But oh, come on, she's not coming. So yeah, I moved it down here because I wanted everything to be in one space so that I didn't have to, my printer's down here, my whatever. I said, let me try to get out of my bedroom and be where I'm supposed to be in my office. And if I feel like going to go work someplace else, that's fine. But I really wanted to make my office, my office. And this is my space to work. And my bedroom is my space to go relax. And like I told you before, Tennile said it's the Mercury retrograde. It's something. Yes, it is. I mean, really. Try it again. I'm going to X you out. Try to come back in, Tennile.
Oh, that
There we go. There we go. All right.
Why am I in here twice? I see myself twice.
You see yourself twice?
I do.
We only see one.
Okay.
Well, I only see one.
Weird.
It's still there 2 times.
Yeah, I'm still there 2 times, but we can go on. I think I wasted enough time to log out, log back in. I'm so sorry, y'all.
It's
sorry.
Okay. Obviously, Blab is having an issue today. So, like I told you earlier, Blab has been having problems.
It's you. It's you. I blame you. We were talking bad about Blab earlier.
We were talking about.
You.
Blabs and it's to be expected, but I haven't had too many problems out of Blab, so I kind of get very bummed out by it when I have issues. We all have experienced this. Yeah, I believe that. I've seen some of the shows that don't act right. Okay, so you were telling us what you did to overcome the obstacle, and you had to step back and really just communicate with yourself and figure out what was going on and all that good stuff.
Yeah. I think Chris was hinting to the fact that all that I've gone through has helped me with my content. And I was just saying that not in terms of actually writing what I went through, because I'm still trying to process that. And I feel like my story always evolves and changes as I grow in my business. When I first started, I had the story of, leaving corporate and how I left it, in terms of how I promoted myself in the job. I was self-taught in communications, and I pretty much convinced my boss to give me a promotion and create a whole new role. And I end up, having my own corner office, my own assistant, all of that, all because, my ambition changed. I wanted more of my life, and I was going to get it in that year, and I did. And then eventually I took off and did my own business, and I also went to school. But that story no longer is relevant to where I'm at right now, because just a couple months ago, I had gotten into a car accident, and it was pretty fatal. I could have died actually in the car accident, and it just made what I'm doing more real, and that I have a message that I have to share. And I also have a mission that I need to connect with certain women in the industry so that I can help them share their message as well. So my story definitely has evolved, and God, what I learned from that accident is that God said your story isn't strong enough. So, I'm sorry to put you through this, but I'm gonna have to put you through this so that you understand, your place in this world. It's something more than what you think it is, and this is the only way I can show you that. That's really how I got out of it, and then I need to take what I'm doing seriously. Also, I have fun with it, but there's something deeper to what I do than just the surface layer of, making a lot of money, gaining 6 figures, and sitting pretty.
Yeah. I believe that's really important, because I love, hey, Tracy, welcome. I love what I do. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was spending so much time in there, because this is fun to me. Just my business is really fun. And but you do have to step back and get your priorities together. And I love that whole, I had God on the phone, but I had the mute button on. I would talk to God, and I'd be like, but I said, you remember what I said? I said, I discussed this with you, and this is what I said. But, I thought that we were going with what I said. And no, that's, I don't really like it when that happens. But at the end of the rainbow on the other side, where the pot of gold is, it's just like, okay, all right, okay, fine. All right, I'm glad we did it your way. All right.
But now that I'm doing it his way, a lot of things are opening up for me. Things are easier. I don't struggle anymore. It's flow. It's flow for me. So I just roll with it, and I give him praise and thanks every time. And I will always speak his name, because he got me through a lot of things, and still getting me through a lot of things, and getting me to where I see myself in the future.
Awesome. I love it. Awesome. So give us your best advice for other people who are struggling with the same issue. Momentum issue, the just stepping back issue, to everything.
This is the hardest thing that I have to learn, and I'm still learning it, and it's patience.
Ooh.
Patience is like the biggest thing you need to learn. Like anything else in working for yourself, it is patience. Forget about the tactics, forget about, all these tips, these things coming out, build your list. You need patience, because the way they're going in the online spaces, you need to be making a lot of money very quickly. And that's not reality. It's not reality for a lot of people to make money very quickly. And sometimes that isn't even the goal. Like I was saying earlier, that I have a bigger mission than just money. The money's the perk. Money is definitely the perk. Mm-hmm. But my mission is so much deeper and bigger than that, that I have to have patience, because where I'm going, I have to build up the endurance. I have to build up my faith to stay there. And I can't stay there if I'm on 10,000 every day. God is building up my endurance. He's building up my patience, so that when I get to where I need to be, whatever comes my way, I can handle it, no problem. Because as we grow and build, and as we up level in our business, there's new things we have to tackle, new challenges, new people that we've never experienced in our life, because we're just in a new either tax bracket or just in a new realm. And if you haven't built up your endurance and you haven't built up your patience, you will fall very fast.
Resume Workshop, she's saying, hey, I was waving, but y'all couldn't see me. Smiles. And she also saying that she's totally agreeing with you, Tennile. I agree. My issue right now. It is really very, very hard. I totally agree with you as well. For me, the money thing, wasn't as important as my time. It's just, like we're talking, my time is so precious to me, and I put that over my money. And I want to be able to relax. I want to be able to enjoy my family. I want to just be able to do things. And so I don't want to, I had to take a step back when I was going full throttle, 150,000 degrees, and say, okay, well, what is more important to me? Is it really going to be this money thing, or is it going to be your time? And I picked my time. And a lot of people, what they don't really realize is that, especially as you go, or even in the beginning of your business to all the way through the end, when you are doing, when you're organizing your business, when you're working it, when you're building it, you're either going to pay with your time or you're going to pay with your money. So you're going to have to just pick which one, So a lot of times people don't have the money to pay with their money so that they can have that time, but it's a trade-off. Some things you can pay with your time, some things you can pay with your money. You just have to decide which ones you're going to do for. So
absolutely, I agree 1,000%. Like, time is so precious to me because it can't be renewed. Like, once it's gone, once it's spent, it's gone. Like, that's it. You're never getting that back, but you can always get money back. Always. They print that stuff. Like, they don't print time though. So
they sure don't. They don't.
Yeah. So you definitely have to. And I'm all about memories and memories. Because when I get old and can't move, I want my memories to keep me happy and warm.
Right. Exactly. I feel you on that one. So if you could go back to the start of your business, what would you say to young Tennile? Were you named after that Captain and Tennille? Those.
Oh gosh. You know what times I've heard that? Oh man, I have no clue. I have no clue if I was, but I just take it. Yep. What would I tell my younger self? I would say the same thing about patience. Just wanted things quickly, access to happen overnight. I wanted all the accolades and the praise.
Say it over. You cut out on.
Oh, I was just saying that the same thing I said earlier to tell my younger self is just to have a little bit more patience. I wanted success overnight. I didn't like to wait for anything that was coming my way. I wanted the accolades. I wanted the praise. I wanted all of that instantly. And I just didn't have the patience. And then I think that's why I chose my business over my friends, my family, my daughter. You couldn't talk to me when I was working. I would bite your head off.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Resume workshop. It's been that way. All of this blab, it's been kind of just a really janky connection. I'm sorry. Maybe you can catch it on the replay, whatever parts you missed, and see if it would be a little bit better then for you.
Tracy, I'm sorry. A bad connection too. I took up like 10 minutes of our time because I couldn't get in properly.
Yeah. And then it just shut me out. So I don't know what's going on. I really don't.
Mercury retrograde. I'm trying to tell you.
That retrograde better go on somewhere. I thought it was time overall. I mean, for real. Just like, what happened? It came back?
It's like a month. It's going to be here till the 22nd of May, I think. Yes, I know that. Okay. I don't like to do anything new in Mercury retrograde, because one time I did, and I signed on a client and she was a nightmare. Like, so I learned from that lesson. I'm like, all work is cease during this time. Wow. Let me just work on my craft.
Wow. Okay, I'll have to take that in consideration because I'm working on some new stuff right now, and I get it. I guess I can do the outlines and stuff, but I won't put anything.
Don't sign no contracts. Don't put anything in writing. Just mull it out for a little bit.
Are you moving after retrograde then?
Yes, I'm moving after. Everything was done before it even began. And I'm moving after.
All right. Well, that's good. Okay, so you seem like one of those really straight kind of a person, but I know you got some quirky stuff about you. You can't come up in this show and not share quirky stuff. So give us some of your number one quirky thing that nobody knows about you. Go.
Well, I do have to say, I love eating chips, and it doesn't matter what flavor it is, I will eat it. If you bring the chips, I will eat it. And, it's kind of bad sometimes because I can sit there and eat a whole
Really?
bag. Yeah, it's bad.
I'm kind of like that with
Yeah.
M&Ms sometimes. They came out with some new flavors. My son, he works at Walgreens, and I don't know if they have them, but it's like a drugstore kind of a thing. And oh, okay.
Yeah, I know Walgreens. I'm in Canada. I'm not like in Alaska somewhere. Jeez,
I know, right? Do you have those there, in the woods,
Oh my God. Can't stand y'all.
But they had some coffee flavored M&Ms, and I haven't seen them. Mm-hmm, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, they were good. They were really good. I had to go back.
Listen, America is up on the new. Every time I go there, I have to go to the store like Walgreens or Rite Aid or one of them and just look at the chip aisle. I'm like, oh my God. Like they just have all these flavors and mixtures. I'm like, I found heaven. Like I'm in the aisle right there, just like, oh.
A chip. They do have some weird flavors, and I can't believe that you would actually eat them.
I would try any flavor once.
They had some kind of pizza flavored.
Any.
It was not delicious to me. It was.
It don't matter. I would eat it. And even if it was the only chips in the house, I would still eat it even if I didn't like it. That's how bad it is. Yeah,
that's a quirky one. That is quirky one. So tell us what you have going on in your business, what kind of new things you have going on. Tell us whatever about the products are that you like to promote today. We're all ears.
Well, the biggest one is obviously writing. So I help women translate their passion into words so that they can stop using industry buzzwords and start sounding and writing like themselves. Because in the end, that is what truly sells yourself. And the way the direction of marketing is going is it's less about buy my stuff. It's more about, hey, let's talk about things that you're interested in. And by the way, this may be helpful, to your business type deal. So having a common interest and talking about that first, leading with that human touch first. So I help women in their business do that so they can be themselves in their copy. And what I find is a lot of people are having difficulties in terms of when I started out moving from corporate to being an entrepreneur, they're still having that corporate talk, that business talk all the time. And they feel like they have to put on this professional face. Our space, it doesn't work that well. So you have to switch that gear and start having human connection and have conversations like we're having right now. So this could be like amazing copy on this page because they would feel like when they're reading it, I feel like I'm in the room with you. And even before we meet each other, this is what I get a lot when I get on a consult call with someone is they feel like they know me before they even meet me. So that's the same thing I want to do for the people who decide, they want to work with me. I want people to know you before they even meet you, because once they get on a consult call to work with you, it's not about, pricing and are you the best person or your expertise. It's about, do we vibe? Are we a good fit? It's more about a get to know than let me sell you on something. Because on all my consult call, I don't sell anybody on anything. My copy is supposed to be doing that work for me. When I get on a call with you, it's just us having a conversation to see if we vibe. Because if we're going to be working with one another, our personalities have to gel and match, and we have to respect each other and whatnot. So that's the basis. So I write, web copy for web pages and email campaigns and articles. That's like my wheelhouse right there.
Okay. And where can they get in touch with you? What's your website address? Or give them that. If you can type that into the box, that would be great.
I'll do you one better. Right now I have a freebie on how to turn buzzwords into smoking hot copy. And I find that a lot of people find that useful because sometimes you get stuck on the words that you want to say and then you end up using the same words that everyone else is using. So I put a list together, some of the buzzwords that people use in the industry and how you can flip it. Yeah, so that's the freebie there is called bit.ly/buzzhot. And then my website is she'sepic.com.
I love that you said that when people read your copy, they should feel like they're in the room with you. How about you thought about that?
Yeah.
Never thought about that. Wow.
Yeah.
And
because When I went on someone's website.
No. Go
ahead. Yeah, there was like way back when, like probably like 5 years ago, I stumbled on someone's blog and I was reading and I'm like, oh man, I feel like she's like my sister girl and we know each other. And I'm like, anytime I have my own business, that's exactly how I want my stuff to read. And I always in the back of my head, I want anybody who reads my copy to feel like, oh man, I feel like we're girlfriends, that she knows my inner secrets and I can share stuff with her.
So, let me ask a question. If how would you go about helping someone to develop that I guess to convey what it is, what kind of person they are on paper? I find that I have a hard time with that. I mean, when I do blog posts, which I don't do very often, I just really type just the way that I speak. But but when it comes to like sales copy and stuff like that, I have no.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, and that happens. That is common, and I'll tell you why that happens. Because when you start writing your sales page, you're thinking, "Oh God, this is a sales page, and I need to sell." And do not think that. And this is why I don't do sales pages. Like one of my services is not to do sales pages. I call them love letters. They are sales letters because at the end of the day, it's like me sitting in front of my girlfriend. Sales letters, so love letters. So it's not about selling you on anything. It's just me telling you how this could be beneficial to your life. It's like I'm sitting at a coffee shop with one of my best friends and she wants to know about my business and what I'm doing, what am I currently doing. So if I'm speaking to my girlfriend, I'm going to give her the real deal, the juiciness. I'm not going to say, and buy my thing at $9.99 because it will do A, B, C, and D. You know, she's going to think I'm crazy. She'd be like, Tennile, it's just me and you, right? Like, so the same way how you would write your sale page, how you would speak to your girlfriend at the coffee shop, just like, girl, man, I did this paleo diet and it was the best thing ever. And I'll tell you what, I lost 20 pounds in a month and you can too, because this is what I did. This is what I did. And that boy that I was talking to last week, I'm done with him because I look better. That kind of thing. You're going to be honest with your friend. You're not going to try to sell her anything. You're just going to be honest.
Gosh, I love that. That is like the best super duper tip I have ever had. Just be yourself.
Super duper.
It is. I know. My best friend is a guy and he lives in St. Louis and he was like, you can't say words like that. Because I said dilly dally last week and he was like, dilly dally? Where'd you get that word from? How old
That's your natural vocabulary.
It is,
when they meet you live, like, see, you're doing the blab right now. If they're reading your copy before they got here and then they hear something different, it's a disconnect. You want to make sure that it's always connecting. Your copy on your website is the same thing you would say in your blabs or live calls or whatever you decide to do where people are going to speak to you. It has to match.
Sometimes I'm professional and sometimes just depends on what mood I'm in.
Well, do that too, right? Just be you. Like if it's going to be all over the place, even say that in your copy. Sometimes I'm all over the place. Sometimes I feel like being professional. Today, I feel like being homegirl. Like just say it,
Gotcha.
Right?
I will do that because I was on a blab one day that they were talking about consistency, being consistent. And then this one person said, well, they typed in the box that they felt like that being consistent can be just being consistently you as to whoever it is that you are, and being consistently just you, not just consistent at being the professional person or the home girl or the, whatever. But just being consistently you, because like I just started wearing my scarf like a week ago. Okay. So I didn't know how I was going to, come across in my audience and everything, if I was going to lose people or whatever. Of course, that's just something natural when you change. So, but before then I was saying, and I was still wearing scarves sometimes. So it's like, sometimes I have dreads. And you saw that one day I was in the car, girl, looking jacked. Driving somewhere. No, don't make me do that. And sometimes I wear my hair out. Sometimes I put on a wig if I don't feel like dealing with my dreads and I want to change. I don't want to cut my dreads off, so I'll just go put on a wig. And sometimes I wear my scarves, which is going to probably be more often than not now that I've decided to make this commitment to go back to wearing my scarf. So, but that's who I am, though. I just depend on what kind of mood I'm in, and I don't know how that speaks to people as far as being consistent and being myself, especially when it comes to something like this, where I'm like this, I'm as I can just be comfortable here. I'm sitting on my couch in my office, you know, but on paper, it's just like, it's not connecting to the same thing, which is another reason why I stopped actually writing and just started doing more videos. But then that turned out to be a nightmare because I have to do 50 takes just to get that 1 10-second video out. Oh, my head went turn right. Oh, my scarf was, oh, my glasses are, oh, wait, did I say that? Yeah, that's what it.
Yeah, and I think that's why you're doing live right now. So there's no editing. You just got to roll with it. And that's a lot. That's an advice I give to a lot of my clients who are not writers, because obviously most people who come to me are not, you know, comfortable writing. They are more comfortable doing video, which I wish I was a little bit more comfortable doing video so I can do more of it. I mean, yeah, I'm here doing this, but it feels different for me. It's a lot less pressure than if I was to go live on my own. At least I'm with someone that I can talk with and have dialogue. But for you, like when you're doing video, you can always transcribe it afterwards and edit it. So you don't have to worry about coming, you know, sitting down and writing. Yeah, just transcribe all the things you do, and you got written material right there. All these blabs that you've done, you know, send them off to someone to get them transcribed. Fiverr does it for like $5.
Exactly. So I gotta get it on my account sitting right now. I can go do that. Oh my gosh! See,
right? You have so much content already. Like, how many blabs have you done?
Well, this is my. I just started in March, so I did March, April, and coming into May. Yeah.
Well, you got a lot of
content.
Quite
a bit every Friday. Yeah. So yeah. So that's good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You so much. I love that. Grab it. So silly.
I'm silly. You're silly.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So leave us with, even though you've solved you solved pretty much all my problems just now. So if anybody else didn't get their problem solved, then please reach out to Tennile at sheisEpic.com so that she can get you started and connected with yourself and what it is that you need to do in your business so that you can be seen as the person that you really are. I love that. I really, really love that. I'm just like about to just like fly up out of this seat because it's just like, I want to be you know, I love that. I really do. That just moves me. So leave us with something, just leave us with something really juicy and good, something that you feel like the world needs to hear.
Well, here. I do. One thing I like to say, and I mean, it's still connected to being yourself, is I hear a lot of people talk about, you know, doing things differently. Like if you see a trend, that you want to do the opposite. And although that can, you know, get you some attention and whatnot, it's not sustainable. It won't last. And my advice to that is don't do it because it's part of who you are. Just be yourself. And it's very hard for people.
Don't try to be different on purpose. Just be different. That's who you are. Okay.
And a lot of people don't understand how to be themselves, which sounds really weird.
Wait,
but like
when you're over because it cut out again.
I was just saying that a lot of people find it difficult to be themselves. And I know that sounds weird, that how do I be myself? But because we're so conditioned to be a certain way in the corporate wheel and being a hamster and all that. And then we're trying to, let me flip the switch at nighttime to work on our business. We haven't really flipped the switch to now say, okay, now I can be in my skin. Now I can say what I really want to say and not what my company thinks I should say. It's a little scary for us because we're worried about what other people are going to think, our family's going to think. And that starts to, you know, cloud our opinions, our own true, authentic opinions. And then we start doing things just to impress other people. And what we need to do is shut off the opinions of others. And I know it's very hard to shut off the opinions of others. I'm still working through that. I think I'm a lot better now than I was when I first started out. I never really shared anything online, especially on my Facebook page, because I was always worried, what is my family going to think? What is my friends going to think? They're going to think, oh, who she thinks she is, thinks she can, leave a job and then go make money on her own, like, raising their eyebrows at me. But I had to not care. I'm just like, you wish you could have did this. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are very fearful. So when you're an entrepreneur, you kind of have to look fear in the face and say, take a seat. I got this. It's never going to go away. But I look at fear as a companion. I look at fear as, a motivator. And if I'm not fearful about something, that means I'm not trying to attain higher. That means my goal isn't big enough. If I'm not fearing something, if I'm comfortable, that means I need to step my game up because I'm too comfortable. But if I'm fearful, and like I said to you, video is one of the things I fear doing, like live video on my own is one of the things I fear doing. But I have to get out of my comfort zone because I have people I need to reach. And I can't do that sitting in my comfort zone. And what annoys me and why I say now I have a stronger mission, because God gave me a bigger story. I can't front on what I have to do. I can't be shy about what I have to do. I can't say not today. I can't worry about other opinion because, I'm fearful. I have to do what I'm sent on this earth to do. And if that is to reach people, if that is, to help them share their message, then it is my responsibility to put myself out there so that the people who need me see. Right. It's my responsibility. And if you're in business for yourself, then you got into business because there is either a need you needed to fill or there's a strong passion and desire there. So you need to, recenter yourself and get back to that. Why did I start my business in the first place? It wasn't money. It never was money. Because if you got into business for yourself for money, you will fail. If you get into business for your passion and your desire and to help other people and you have a mission, you will be successful because it's deeper than the money. And if it's deeper than the money, you will be led. 10 times over, you will be led. And that's how I feel right now. I'm being led. So on a rant there.
Wow. That's deep. I love that. Resume Workshop says that my fear too, you should start doing Snapchat.
That's how I'm getting more comfortable. Girl, Tracy, you know me. Listen, I don't know if you guys know my leak. I love her. And most of the time, the things that she does, I say, okay, maybe I can do it too. What's her name? Myleek. She's like the founder of Crowbox. Okay, you need to follow her and her Snapchats. Anyways, she got me on Snapchats because I feel like we have the same personality, and she also doesn't really like to do videos. So I'm like, when I saw her on Snapchat, I'm like, I think I'll try this because she does it. So she's comfortable with it. Maybe I can build up my confidence. And Snapchat is building up my confidence, 30 seconds, and then it disappears. So I love that. Yes.
I love Snapchats. I can be silly business. Okay.
Tracy, put your Snapchat down there and we'll follow each other.
Yes.
I don't follow much
people. Please do. And if anyone's on the replay, please go ahead and follow Tennile. She is totally epic, as you can see. And, I have a fear, I think, of doing networks. That's networking events in person. So that's something I guess I'll have to, maybe I can do the same thing and find someone who I think shares the same personality as me and see what they're doing and see what, all right. I don't really fear too much, but I don't want to, but it's not so much fear as laziness. I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
You know what? It's funny. It's funny you said that.
Right now, I have this. I have my pajamas underneath here. I'm gonna take this off and go to bed when we're done. But to actually have to go someplace, you want me to leave my house?
Listen, and now I have the same issue because now I got to figure out how my hair is going to look. I got to put on makeup. I got to get a new weave. Like I've been wearing the same weave for the last couple of months. I need to get a new one if I'm going to be in person with people. Because when I move, I'm going to do a lot more networking. And now I'm like, oh, I got to call up my homegirl and get her to make me something because I got to do something with this new hair. Like I need new hair. Oh man, the stress. Look, but you gotta do it if you want to elevate.
I'm like, I'm not doing no hair no more. I'm putting my scarves back on.
I might just do it too.
Yeah, Yes. But well, it's been really great. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing all of your epically great business organizing and writing shares and tidbits and tips, tools, and resources, because they have been really, really helpful. And I'm hope that everyone here has gotten a lot out of it, as I have. I mean, this blab was, if y'all didn't, I'm sorry, but I got so much out of it. I really did. I got a lot out of it. Ghost codes. Girl, what's that?
Yes, school us. What is ghost codes? Is that still Snapchat? Let me get my phone. Are you on Snapchat?
Is your my resume? Pop in the box real quick. I know you're at the Panera Bread, but you can talk quiet. Pop in the box.
Are you on Snapchat?
Not at all.
No? Oh, okay.
I'm barely on Twitter. No, I'm not on. Yeah, Snapchat ghost codes. Is that a person or a room?
Yes, okay. I have no clue what ghost codes are. I'm still new to this, Tracy. Like, I'm still new to this. I'm gonna add you
more
right
than
now.
that, because we don't know what that is. Ghost codes.
Yeah, I found you.
I may have to go look that up. I'm not ready to add another thing to my phone. I don't want no more beeps going off on my phone. So,
but I said that too. And then when I thought about Snapchat, I'm like, not a lot of people are doing it. And maybe this could be the platform for me. So I did it, and I also use it for my other marketing. So whenever I create a video or take a picture on there, I save it so I can share it on other platforms. It's just easier, right?
Download
it just makes it easier, at least for me.
Ghost codes, all one word. It's purple. It's an app. So
it must be off the chain because she did it in all caps. So now I gotta Google it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to Google that too. All right, ladies, it's coming towards my bedtime, so I got to go. YouTube it. Oh, okay. Definitely.
Bedtime.
Yeah. I thank you so much for Tennile for coming on the show, and
thank you for having me.
I you have to come again to say that. Just, and if you decide to have,
you should do like a round table.
Then I want to be on your show too. So thank you all, and have a wonderful night. Thank you for coming to the Big O TV, and I'm off.